suppressed anger. What does suppressed anger look like? The big one, number one, is
the silent treatment.
Yeah, that's the most common. You've heard us talk about it before, but the silent treatment is awful. It hurts, especially when someone loves you, because you can feel they're pulling away from you. You can feel they're distancing from you emotional. Your stomach turns a knot. Your anxiety escalates. You can't sleep.
They add tension. It's not like it's peaceful. We're not talking. Right. There's this emotional charge in the environment. I know what you're doing, and I'm doing it so that you'll be uncomfortable.
What's worse about this is, of course, you can't force someone to talk.
No.
And if it's someone you care about, then of course it hurts. Number two, again, what does suppressed anger look like?
Remember, this is energy. This is the emotion moving inward, and so the words move inward, but the body language and the facial expressions are still very evident for most people that suppress. And so they're rolling their eyes, they're giving heavy sighs, they've got their hand on their hip.
And you can read it. You can see that they're frustrated. You can see that there's something going on, but they deny it. And even though you read all these languages, all these communications, remember 59% nonverbal communications, facial expressions and body language, they just won't tell you the truth. They won't connect the outward expressions with the internal emotions.
Right. If you challenge them, this is when the passive aggressive starts, because they'll say, I'm fine.
Unfortunately, the third thing we see with people that suppress anger is they're avoidant, or they're compliant in resistant ways. They're compliant. In other words, they're doing it, but they're dragging their feet. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. You know who comes to my mind? My kids. Because I ask them to do something. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Oh, my God.
I got to take the trash out. And the whole time they're doing it, I'm like, I'm in more pain than you are doing this.
And then finally, number four, they amplifies the suppressed angry person. They amplify their internal strife. In other words, that whatever's going on inside is magnified through their presence. You can feel it, although you can't define it. It's there. And then finally, what we typically see with those people that tend to suppress a lot, eventually they develop a confidant or some secret liaison with whom they communicate and talk to that knows what's really going on, whereas nobody else does.
You do see that.
They have that secret person that knows the real person.
What's the real plan? What's the real thoughts? Are they, how unhappy? How big is it really? I guess would be the question.